If you open your Facebook or if you open any social media app, what you will see is go back to your roots, go back to your roots, Jebafa, go to Dibia, do that one. Be careful, oh. Be careful. Sakwanya Mary. Oyibo Gasige, ignorant of the law. Ignorance of the law is not an excuse. You need to be careful. There are things you should know before you venture. That you don't know that you're not supposed to go and make promises and take oaths in a native doctor's house or to some sort of an ancestral, not an ancestral, some sort of deity that you don't know its origin. It is not an excuse that it is not going to mess you up. It is going to mess you up. So when we're talking about reverting to our roots, we're talking about looking at our ancestors. What are those things that they did? How did they live their life? What philosophies did they have that helped them to live the kind of life they lived? And how can we apply those philosophies into our current reality and now use it to make our life better for today? Maka ndị Igbo gasị gị na ada eje ụnyaahụ eje ụnyaahụ agago aka na eche maka echi maka ndị echi dị ime. So we are still looking forward for tomorrow. And because that day eje ụnyaahụ eje, returning to our roots, it is not JJ Bibendo, how our ancestors lived. No, rather, it is what were those things that they saw. Gay philosophies how use. How were they able to, be innovative and figure out some of the things that we still use today? How did they even preserve their society? How did they even have their justice system? How did they all those questions? Now, how can we apply it to our day-to-day reality? This is what returning to our roots is. And also Echobaja. Echoaja, it is part of it, but it's not the entirety. That's not just what Odinaani is. Because many people that are venturing into Odinaani, that what is at the back of their mind is, oh, Achugomajanka, Trajanka, and yet I'm not seeing progress. I'm not seeing success. Because your ancestors or the spirits that are guiding you, they are there to guide you for something that is more purposeful and not to gratify you of what you want today. They are looking forward to your future. So if your future, you are destined to be a great person, Nukumado does not mean being wealthy. Nukumado could be somebody that's going to be an innovator. Maybe the next going to be the greatest inventor anyway. Just write it at the comment section. Maybe you're going to be the greatest or the next greatest inventor anywhere. So Nukumada say Nukumada, if you go for divination, somebody that will just have it at the back of their mind. Oh, they're talking about wealth. It is not just about wealth. It is also about maybe being a great writer, having a great career, having a great job, having a wonderful family, having even probably being the next president. It creates room for different interpretations. But the only interpretations that we are focused on is the interpretation that says that you're going to be rich. That is a limitation. I understand that, for life to make sense for most of us, it has to work with wealth. You have to be wealthy. Because in the current society, Niji and nonsense. But that's not what your spiritual system, your ancestors are trying. They're not concerned with that. They are concerned about your future. So as you're returning to Odinaani, there are a few important things you should know. Now, the first one to me is that you need to be learned. Learned does not mean you have to go to school, because they don't teach us Odinaani in school. So you need to be able to learn about your culture. If you're from Anambra State, from which community, maybe Obosi or Nobi, government and the Nobi. You need to learn about the cultural practices of Nobi people, the Nobi. Then again, you need to know about your history, your lineage. What are those customs and when are your lineage? What are the names of my ancestors? Who were the ones that you should know all these things. Because our ancestors as in the Baniga Ana Banisi Tuba Baba Nadibia or Nipanesi Kama Kalia Eba Nadibia. So when I tell people that you should start from these roots, your foundation, the reason there is that back in the day, now before you're in our Bedibia, you first of all go to Moben Nagi, Moibun Negi, you relate with them. Now there's this problem that arose in my Omuna. It required that they would outsource, go to another community and invite the Dibiafa. Before they left, they went to my paternal deity, Mobenam. They first went to the deity and they informed the deity to we look at what we are facing now. We want to go for divination, we want to outsource, we want to bring in somebody else to help us understand what is going on. They informed that. So you now see that those elders have Balanisi, people have power and baby. So you anyway processes. So you have to learn all those things. Now the next thing is that you need to learn your own soul bodo. Because I tell people that one reason why our ancestors asked us to avoid ogun, it's because that imaro ihe ndị ihe mmụọ gị na-asọ, ihe mmụọ obodo gị na-asọ, ihe mmụọ be nna gị na-asọ, the customs ihe ndị bụ unu na-asọ. Probably you go to a place in Yoruba land and they will tell you that they want to do this okite or this any kind of jam, and let me say you're from a Navy in my community and you want another community to go, and you now go there and they will now tell you that they're going to use their care for that. Or if running a problem, you would have problem, because in the Navy by law, so in the Navy naso, so you're now using Ihendibunu naso for Ogu. It is not going to be a problem for you. So you need to learn about Ihendibunu naso. When you learn about Ihendibunu naso, you can now be able to know. As a gig man, actually, Jinka, you will tell them, no, you're going to put me into trouble. It's in a local noka. You avoid problem. Before Okunoka, I believe in Yabani. Now, another one is that Iga Malili Chigi, Chibuzo. Iga Machigi. So you know your chi, you have Imale Chigi now, so you try to maintain a relationship with your chi. Another one is that Iga Mo de Kando, your reincarnating spirit. Go they can do it because some people are plagued with the hand bocamanic death and they are having issues because of that life. But personally but when you now go further, or probably something, because it is just the belief that we have as Ndibo. So you will know it. Now finally, and you will know when to perform the rites of Ekpo. Now you knowing what is Ekpo would help you to avoid activities that will lead to Ekpo. But peradventure, it happens. But most importantly, information is power. Information is power. If you are not informed, first of all, 2, you'll be doing nonsense thinking you're practicing tradition, but you're not practicing tradition. You'll be mistaken. So learn, Balogodinisi, to be power Nadibia. Know all these things and try to live your life based on that. And again, most importantly, contentment. Contentment. You being content in your life. It is going to save you more than it will save you so many nonsense, especially only in the Odinaani. Because currently, what we now have here is, as again, Trajanka, Menka, do that one, do this one, you're running from helter to skelter. The little money when you get a Zwafia, you will not phone. Because you are not content with the little you have. Some people probably they spent, let me say, 150,000 naira to perform some sort of sacrifice, probably Isitechi. And after a while, they will get 500,000 naira. In their mind, they are looking for 3 billion naira, but they don't understand is that 500,000 could even be their chi giving back what they spent when they perform the chi ritual. But they are living with the illusion that when the 500,000 comes, it will be unimportant. Now it is nothing. But contentment, when you're content with yourself and understand that Odinaani does not mean that you will not follow due process. You will just be moving around from pillar to post, trying to engage in nonsense. But if you understand that one principle of Odinaani that you will not escape is the principle of due process, and even in Nagano solo, if you don't understand that principle of due process, it can have a problem. And then I look the Dibia. So if you're new to Odinaani, I hope you watch this video and I hope you listen to the modern Nanya. But I'm going to give it to you for free. Take it easy. Life is a process. Odinaani magic. Forget Nollywood. Odinaani magic. It will not magically give you money, but it is a slow process. ọ na-atọ ọ na-atọ n'ede tupu ị mara na eme na ọ tụjuolu gị bucket. So jiri nwayọọ calm more down. So this is my advice for you this 2025. So ịnabata ọdịnala uche gị dịkwa ya. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. We keep it real here. We discuss customs, tradition, spirituality. Now it is for us to be able to, revive the Igbo consciousness and to understand our Igbo ancestral practices better, and now use those ancestral knowledge into fixing our society and ourselves, and to not live under the illusion that our ancestors were, traffickers and people that just unalived everybody and anybody. So I hope this video helps you. Now until next time, like I say.